Hey, what's going on everybody? Blades here. It's out for you another video of BlackClover Mobile. Inside this video, guys, I want to show you guys pretty much the team I've been using in order to clear the green dungeoning stage here, as well as most of the other green stages as well when you need them, such as for like talents or when you need them for what is it called, for stones and stuff like that. This team gets a lot of things done. Now, I've been experimenting with this quite a lot, and although my team is not absolutely built, because our gear is not optimized whatsoever on most of these characters, as you can tell, he doesn't even have a gear set on and such like this. But as the rest of the characters, they've been pretty okay when it comes to their optimization, but could be very much so better. This team works out a lot. It actually helps a lot when it does come down to just clearing ultra quickly, clearing things even better, and just making your life a lot easier on the end of it. I've actually been farming quite a lot this dungeon and have been having a lot of success doing so, especially with this team here. So I'm pretty much going to be showing you guys how the team operates and how you're wanting to at least set up your actual autoing function, because you can actually auto very easily with this team as well. So let's go ahead and show that off here. Now, as I already showed you the gear, it's not pretty much optimized whatsoever, of course. If you did want to have gear on Finral or something like that, you could possibly use at least a lot more defensive gear, because he will kind of get a little bit smacked a little, but should not lose him whatsoever. So I'm not really too worried about him. I just have some speed on him. But as for everyone else, you want to have them at least some decent attack and stuff like that, and make sure they can live and have a decent attack stat just to make sure they can clear these waves right. Coming down to how you want to auto this, at least going down to that, you want to make sure that your thing is somewhat set up like this, having your skill 2 on Finral and your ultimate ready. As for Noelle, you want to have her skill 2 and her ultimate. Yami, you want to make sure he's only doing his skill 1, which is just a standard attack, of course. And then as for Sally, you want to make sure she's doing her ultimate and then her skill 2. Now, usually when it comes down to this here, things can go a little bit iffy sometimes, where you either clear in, I want to say, on the counter, or either you can clear straight up off rip, just having everyone attack and everything will just absolutely massacre. But that's also on my gear side of things, where of course it's not as good as other people's here. But going with this setup here, you should be able to just go through this pretty easily and not have a problem. So enough of the talking, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Sorry that these are a little bit pre-recorded as well. I have some IRL stuff happening right now, so hopefully we'll get some fresh things out and about very soon. But as you can tell, you're going to be doing your skill 2 immediately, getting off these buffs for Noelle here, just in case you do need it here. End up putting on the shield to keep everybody protected for at least a turn, and then from here on, everyone's pretty much going to be protected. So at this point in time, the next round, you'll be pretty much able to nuke, especially if your Noelle is high enough, so you can just straight up clear this immediately and just get through it with everything here. Now, as things are going on, we're perfectly fine. We got our buff, of course, and that's going to get cleansed for the next round here. But what we really want to do is make sure we're just able to get off some damage here. Now, I think we should get smacked, I think, once here for the most part, because they are going to try and cause some issues for us. But for the most part, we should be also fine with this, because all you have to do is restart the whole signature all over, and it's pretty easy from there. Now, we did get slowed down because one of the chests decided to hit Noelle being as it may, and it caused us to actually go a little bit slower than usual. But this is how it literally goes down. Yami takes care of everything here. You guys have a shield, so no one's really doing any damage to her, or at least doing any damage to everyone else. And you can pretty much just get done with this immediately. Everyone's still staying alive for the most part, and you're just clearing everything pretty dang quick. Now, as I did say, you will clear this a lot faster if you have better gear, but mine is kind of medium at the moment, and you can pretty much just line up everything still this way, where we're still able to at least deal a lot of damage here and have everyone pretty much set up for success. Now, I think the only person that possibly will come very close to dying in this whole deal is Finral, of course. One, because he does not have good gear. Two, because just the man is not meant to be doing damage or anything like that, while Sally can pretty much heal herself from her lifesteal. Now, if you have lifesteal gear on Noelle, that very much so can help you out a little bit more, but it's very much so not needed. And as you can see, didn't take that long to clear. Pretty easy, pretty quick. And I gotta say, this unit is an absolute crazy thing here. If you did not want to use Finral, of course, there are other units you possibly could use, Though I would not suggest it too much because it feels a little bit like things are a little iffy, I guess you could say. It doesn't feel too normal when it comes down to it, at least what am I gonna have to say it like? It doesn't feel as flowy as you could do it with this team. At least I've tried different little substitution characters in which it just seems like it's not going to go too well. Now, I have seen people do it with just regular green characters, which could very well work. So let's say if you don't want to use Yami, you feel like you need a couple more support, of course, you can always toss in Mimosa to help you heal a little bit here. Or if you wanted to have another tanker here, which this can kind of disrupt but also help your Noelle, you could very well put in Radies. This will overall help your Noelle do some damage though, but it can still be a little bit iffy, seeing that we do take a little bit of time. Now, as I was saying, there is one other team that you could possibly end up doing here, and this other team requires Asta. Now, this other team is kind of interesting here. I personally would not use it because my Asta's got a dog water, but you could possibly use him instead of Sally. I think it was Sally instead of Fenrir, in which does come in handy here because at least we're making sure we're getting at least our hits in with Noelle here as well, but everyone else is meant to just straight up dogpile the enemy. So once again, you would like to set up your thing just like this here. My Asta, I think, has okayish gear. Yeah, no, he's kind of low. He's at 24k when it comes down to at least damage stuff here, in which legitimately, if you just have some okay gear on here, this should be easy peasy for you. Absolutely easy. But if you're anything like me who does not want to really focus on my Asta, then yeah, it'll look something like this. But pretty much you set it up like this, and we're going to do one last run before we close out the video. Everything should pretty much be running smooth. The only thing I would say is instead of Fenrir dying ultra quick, it's most likely going to be Asta, because Asta is a little bit of a glass cannon. But other than that, we do have the shield on him, and normally she puts it on Asta anyways, so it allows us to get those attacks in at least a lot more, rather than at least being smacked up quickly. So as you can see, they're going to go ahead and go smacking around here, trying to get in some damage. Can't really do too much. Asta didn't even get a reset off, so that kind of sucks. But we're going to do some nice damage here, and then Asta's going to kill another one off here. And from here on out, it's pretty much just the same thing. But as I did say, this is where things get a little hairy. Asta himself is absolutely getting squishified, but everyone else's things should be pretty much refreshed at this point. So you already have your shield and everything like that. She placed it once again on Asta, and you're just pretty much repeating the process, I want to say, each round. The only thing that's going to be a little bit different is you won't always have your Noelle ultimate, seeing of course it's going to come back once you get 8 charges. So it's not always going to be absolutely, you're going to get this all the time. But this is kind of more of a safer option if you can kill kind of in the same amount of time that I did, in which Asta's still getting his counters off, everyone's still being fine. And overall, this is what happens. This is just how it is. And you can continuously keep clearing. Now, this one I would like to say is definitely the faster option, I guess you could say. It's just more of a risk if your team isn't fully built. And so this definitely, if you want to clear like a absolute speed demon, I would suggest do so. If you want to just go ahead and use Sally to just nuke a little bit, take a little bit more time, this one would definitely be, the last one would definitely be the better one here. So without further ado, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do smash that like button with your forehead and consider subscribing. If you are new, I do daily videos on BlackClover, and hopefully we can get back to doing them live as well, because yeah, we got to handle some real life stuff first. But that was the secondary team here. Those are my 2 optimal team suggestions. So of course, have fun trying to do whatever you feel like doing here. And till next time, everybody, peace out.